We're going to go back to the phones right now. We're going to continue answering all your legal questions at 866-66-LAWYER. That's 866-66-LAWYER. We're going to speak with Marjorie now. Marjorie, welcome to the Law Show.
Hi.
How are you?
I wanted to know if I had any legal recourse. I was just made the irrevocable trustee for my 92-year-old mother who's deaf and has macular degeneration. Her son has lived with her off and on.
Her son being your brother?
Yeah, but we like to call him our ex-brother because even though you can't legally divorce him, it's good to emotionally because he's a verbal abuser and rageful, and he hoards. So I need to know if I can take any steps. Number one, is there a possibility of having a rental agreement so that he could only occupy certain spaces? And that would also, is there also a possibility to give an order that the junk be cleared out? I mean, there's really devastating, horrific things, junk that he's stored that's dangerous.
Let me ask you a few questions, okay, Marjorie? How big a piece of property are we talking about? Is it just a home or is it an acreage of some kind?
It's 80-acre farm.
Okay. 4
acres which have the house and the outbuildings, and all the outbuildings are packed with junk that he's hoarded.
Okay. Yes, there is something you can do, but in terms of an agreement, I doubt highly that you're going to get your brother to agree to sign some sort of an agreement. I think what you can do is you can head off to court, and you're, of course, going to want to give him a notice to quit the rental because they're going to consider that a rental. And you want to do this under the supervision of a lawyer because this is going to be kind of tricky and it's going to take a little while, all right? This is not going to be an overnight fix. It took some weeks and some months and some years for this to develop and for your mother to allow this. And it's going to take some weeks and possibly over a year to get it cleaned up. So what you've got to do is you've got to send a letter to him and tell him that you want him to get his stuff off of the property and that if you don't, you're going to start taking it off. But you got to do that according to judicial supervision. You can't just go in with self-help and start throwing his stuff off. You can't do that. You get in big trouble. Okay? So what you really need is you need a lawyer to do this for you, which means that you're going to have a fund of money in order to support the lawyer and pay the lawyer's hourly fees, because I don't think you're going to get this done on a contingent fee basis. Now, is there adequate fund in the trust for this to be done?
Yes, I believe so, and it would be worth it for me to pay for it.
Okay.
It's pretty devastating. I'm fearful of going up there. I had to call the police once.
Now, does your brother also live in the house?
Yes, he does.
All right. Does he have some sort of mental disorder, do you know, or is he just difficult?
Non-diagnosed. He really is pretty sociopathic.
What does that mean, he's sociopathic?
He has no guilt for what he does. He rages. He physically abused his wife, threw her out of a moving car, and of course she accepted it at that point.
Has your mother been the victim of any of this?
Of the emotional abuse, but I can't get Adult Protective Services to take any steps. They said as long as she allows him there and she's mentally competent, that I have no recourse.
Now, she made you trustee, right?
Yes. Irrevocable trustee.
But did she also make you guardian?
No. I'm financial power of attorney and durable power of attorney, but not guardian over her.
Yeah. What does she think about you telling her son to get his stuff off the property?
Oh, she has asked us to come up there and take the things off, but then she doesn't. That's why I was attacked, even though Mother.
What do you mean you were attacked?
I was verbally subjected to his face being within 3 inches of my face, and as I was calling for help, he slammed the receiver back down. And then slammed it down. Okay. Then as he left raging after my mother, I did call 911.
Okay. You've got a very difficult situation there, and it's a situation that the kind of thing that we've been involved in before. It's very hard and it's very expensive because what you've got to do is basically shut this man down and train him to treat people more kindly, with more respect, and with a bit better manners. Okay, that's not an easy thing to do, but there are some things that can be done, and I would be more than happy to help you out with those things. I would love to be able to do that with you, but I notice your call is coming in from Niles, Michigan. Is that where the farm is?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where the farm is?
No, it's up in Pinconning, Michigan.
And where is that?
That's in the Thumb area, Bay City, Saginaw.
Okay. You know, what I'd highly recommend that you do, Marjorie, is that you give us a call tomorrow.
Okay.
And do you think you'd be able to come in for an appointment? I know Niles is probably about 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours away.
Yeah, my son can bring me in. I really need help.
Okay. Well, we're here to help you, and we can do that. Matt Katchik of my office does all the probate work, and he'd be more than happy to step in and start assisting you with this. But it's important that you be prepared. That this is not something that's going to be easy to do. Okay, and your brother's going to fight you, and it's going to involve police and sheriffs and things like that. I'm just telling you, come in for the free consultation so we can sit down and talk with you. But be prepared that this is going to be a long process, and we'll get you through it. It just is not going to be the easiest thing you've ever done in your life.
Well, living with it is one of the hardest things. So,
well, it sounds like you've given due consideration to what you need to do, and so we're looking forward to seeing you this week or next week, whenever's available for you to come in. Okay?
Thank you, Brian.